Hey guys, welcome to Radiation Test. Today is December 19th, 2011, and right now we're going to be conducting our monthly routine milk sample for the month of December, where we look for possible radioactive contamination from the Fukushima Daiichi triple meltdown in Japan. So we can get right with it here. I'm going to try and make these videos right to the point. And unfortunately, I've been having a lot of trouble with Google, the new YouTube, where I'm uploading videos. I've tried to upload a baby food test video 3 times and it keeps failing. And I don't know what's up with that, but it seems like the longer the video is, the harder or the more likely it is to crash the uploader. But anyway, we'll pour our milk in here. And then I've had this paper towel sitting here for a few minutes, about 25-30 minutes, just to see if it would spike the graph, which it hasn't. You guys can see we have 3 hours of data displayed right there. And we'll soak this paper towel real good. Gotta be careful that it don't run into the thin mica window. That's pretty good. Well, that's pretty doggone close right there, guys. Rag over here, I'll wipe my hand. Let's see here. Okay, there it is. And I've been normally on these long videos making a 30-minute video, but because of the new system Google has implemented on YouTube, I'm gonna make this video about 10 minutes, just so you guys can see what's going on here. But if I make it any longer than that, guys, it takes like 2 days to upload, and then it crashes right toward the end of it. So I'm gonna try and make it about 10 or 12 minutes. And of course, we'll let it run for 90 minutes. I'll make a quick conclusion video where we evaluate the results after the milk sample is run for 90 minutes. And if we look on the Observer software, we're averaging about 14 counts per minute today. And we placed the milk sample in front of the Geiger counter at 3:28 p.m. So we'll let it run till about 3:38 p.m. and you guys can look at the graph and you can see if this milk will spike the graph. I know it's a long, boring video, guys, and I'm sorry about that, but there's just been a couple of YouTubers that told me that they wanted to see the milk setting in front of the Geiger counter and the graph to make sure that I wasn't doing something fishy with it. And just to let you guys know, before, I have a degree in criminal justice, and I was a security officer for 8 years before I was a painter and drywall finisher. And I'm a very trustworthy person, and I'm not a liar, I'm not a cheater. And all I'm trying to do here is get to the truth. And it's as simple as that. And I have no problems showing what I'm doing. And if any of you guys wonder, well, why ain't you a police officer? Well, that boils down to something that's real simple. I take a blood thinning medicine. And because of that, it doesn't appear as though law enforcement wants to hire me because of my medical condition. At 3:30 we had 16 counts. At 3:29 we had 14 counts. Excuse me. At 3:31 we had 21 counts. At 3:32, 16 counts. At 3:33 we had 16 counts. It doesn't look like we're getting any big spike, but the jury's still out on what's happening here. Looks like our low counts aren't quite. So far we're not getting them like we normally do. And I performed a simmered milk test last month. I done that just to make sure that there was no low levels of contamination in it. I figured simmer down a half gallon of milk into a paste. That's going to give you a pretty good medium to check for contamination. But in the future, I may buy some powdered milk and check some of that. So I'm going to be on the lookout for various different dairy samples, not just this here whole milk, but we'll be looking at other things too, guys. And a friend of mine on the internet, he suggested that I go to get some Oriental food, some dried mushrooms, dried fish, stuff like that from Japan, and see if they're importing highly contaminated food over to us. Which, after reading an FDA document recently, it's undoubt. There's no doubt in my mind that they're importing contaminated food. I may be wrong. That's my personal opinion, but I seriously believe in my heart and soul down here that they are importing bad food. And it looks like it's 335 we had 7 counts, 334 we had 7 counts. So there's our low counts. Okay, this video is now 10 minutes long. I would go longer if it wasn't for YouTube and Google's merging and messing everything up. But as you guys can see here on our graph, with the 10-minute run that we've had set in here, or 8-minute run, this is what we have. This right here, and you guys don't see it spiking up. It's actually, we had this little area here, which is normal, and then it trended downward with those two 7 count hits right there. So it's not highly contaminated, but the jury's still out on that too, guys. We'll let it run for 90 minutes and see what it does.